That'd just be one more thing to carry. I don't need the weight. Warm light from the cafe spills onto the cold sidewalk. There are people inside. It looks welcoming. I don't care about a welcome. I need a job. My shoes squelch all the way to the door with old-fashioned gold lettering. Metal bells jingle against the glass, and I step into a hug of heat and the smell of grilling beef. Shaking off the shivers, I wipe my freezing feet on the mat and look around. Red vinyl booths, mostly occupied, line the windows on 3 sides, and in front of me, a counter with round stools covered by locals. Behind it, a serving window with a long chalkboard above declaring the daily special, meatloaf. My stomach snarls, reminding me I skipped breakfast. And lunch. The room is full of voices and laughter. I walk across the old black and white patterned tile floor to take the last open stool at the counter. A tall black-haired woman in jeans, a checkered blouse, and a food-spattered apron steps up, holding up a steaming pot of coffee. Cold night for a light jacket. Want some? Oh, heck yes. I flip over the mug in front of me, and she pours. I'm about to ask about Carly when the bells tinkle behind me. In walks Austin Davis. In a Marlboro Man shearling coat, one arm weighted down by a carrier full of blanket-wrapped kicking baby. Carly follows, laughing and shaking snowflakes out of her crazy red curls. Patrons call to them. Hey, Austin. There they are. Carly. A frail old lady with fire engine red lipstick bleeding off her thin lips waves bony talon fingers. Austin Davis, you bring that baby over here right now. I need to give her some sugar. Yes'm. Austin stomps off his boots, then walks to the booth and sets the carrier on the table. Carly sees me, and her mouth drops to an O of surprise. She rushes across the floor and wraps me in a hug. Nevada Sweet, I hardly recognized you. Why didn't you tell me you were coming? What did you do to your hair? My fingers go to my new dark brown pixie cut, and I untangle myself. Back up off me, Beauchamp. Davis. I look down at the small rock on her hand. Cora told me he finally made an honest woman of you. A lightning flick of pain crosses her face, before her smile amps again. I always say the wrong thing, even when I mean well. Not that I often mean well, but I wouldn't hurt Carly on purpose. Why didn't you call? Because if I owned a phone, I'd have to talk to people. She laughs. Same old Nevada. She looks around the room. Where's Cora? Wintering in Oregon, same as always. But I thought you were going to stay with her until the rodeo circuit starts up again. Hang around a bunch of squalling kids? Not hardly. That's at least partly true. The other part, Carly doesn't need to know about. Thought I'd stop in and see if you had any work until then. I'm not going back and putting Cora in danger, but I'm not saying that either. I can read Carly's face like the Houston Chronicle. Her lips turn south, and one cheek lifts in a wince. I don't... No problem. Just thought I'd check before I headed to Albuquerque. I push off the stool. Wait, how'd you get here anyway? Greyhound. She frowns, studying my face. Hang on. Let me see what I can do. She waves at the blonde waitress. Hey, forget it, okay? I knew this was a mistake. I'd fit in this cozy place like a coyote at the kennel club. I shoulder the strap of my backpack and reach in my pocket for a couple bills to pay for the coffee. Dang it, Sweet, would you stop being so stubborn? Carly nods to the kitchen door when the waitress walks up. You sit. She glares at me and points at the stool. Stay. Marriage made you even bossier. Might as well sit. Maybe my feet will warm up before I have to head out again. I take a sip, and the coffee burns its way down, warming me from the inside out. Austin is now in the middle.